Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Facebook Live. How are you this morning? It's beautiful where I am. I'm telling you, I love the best light for me is in my kitchen. And I tried doing my living room and it was the time of day, but because I chose 9 o'clock, it just made it where 9 o'clock wasn't a good time in the living room. So I'm gonna have a good time with you in my kitchen this morning. So I'm going to say it again. Good morning, good morning. So happy that you dropped in. Today is a wonderful day, a day that wasn't promised, but certainly a happy time for me. And that's what we're going to discuss today is our happy. And hold on 1 minute. I forgot my coffee. It had gotten cold, so I'm going to go get it. Hold on 1 second. And today I have good morning, good morning. How are you? So good to see you, triple L's. Hope you're doing well this morning. It's so sweet to see you. You're my friend of several months, but it's like I've known you for years. So that's a wonderful thing. And this morning I have my counseling cup this morning because I have a few words to hopefully help us get into the idea that happiness it's in us if we decide that we're going to do it. Good morning, Jamisha. So happy that you could come this morning. And that is it. That's it. I'm happy because I'm in a position of this is a God-given position. I don't take this lightly. I take this as a way forward, not just for myself, but for any of my sisters, brothers, children, whomever's out there that needs what I'm giving. This is it. This is a deliverance for all of us. And today's topic is to really talk about our happy. How happy can we make ourselves? Notice I didn't say that other people make us. To me, if sometimes we don't have our own happy, it's hard to get in the happiness of always feeding someone else, because a lot of times once the feeding stops, then that's when other things happen. That's when you find out that they don't feel that you've done enough for them. Well, we have to find our happiness. And then if we have love and we have family and we have support and we have kindness and we have care and everything else comes in on us, that's wonderful. But if we're happy down in our basement, then it doesn't matter, because when we come up, we're going to have some things. And that's our topic today, is talking about the happy in the basement, on the steps coming up from the basement, and on the other side of our basement. Right now, COVID-19 is our basement. But on the other side of this, there's other stuff. There's no way, no way, no way that God would put us in a position that we not redirect where we were to where we're going to. This is a time for us to become, a top. And the top, it keeps, if you ever seen those tops, when I was little, I remember my mother and father buying me this top and used to press your hand on it. Now, when they revitalized it and they came up with sit and spin and all these other things. But the thing is that it went around until it needed to stop. That's us. We were forced to stop. We were put in a position of pay attention, a position of this, you got to do this now. I don't want you going back out there. And some of us have still, tested the water and we've gone out and we've done what we wanted to do. But it doesn't change the fact that the virus is still out there. They don't have a handle on it yet. In fact, I was looking at a news conference last night, and it was basically ostensibly talking about the fact that this virus may end up being like HIV, which they never found a real cure. They could treat the symptoms and therefore tamp it down in terms of the ravenous thing it was doing with death on people who had contracted it. But all you can say is that you need to be vigilant. You need to stay home. You need to take care of yourself. So that's why I say I have my little counseling hat on today. And then we're going to talk about our happy, not our unhappy, not our frustration, not our anger, not our distrust. we're going to come back to us. It's all about what's in our center. What's in our center. And so I have a few poems. I always come up with a poem or a song. But today I have a poem. But let me ask you this question. I love asking this question. My niece loves to hear me say it too. Are you stuck? Yes, we are all stuck. I ask the question and I also answer it. We're all stuck. Good morning, Vanessa. Good morning, Deborah. It's so wonderful to know that we can be stuck, but we got some stuff in us that when we come out of, say, where the limits have been expanded, then we should have expanded as well. It shouldn't be that while everything was stuck down, all we did was feel sorrowful, was feel anger, was feel frustration, was feeling. Let it go. Let it go. Because to me, this is a phenomenon that we're even having this time. Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Volda. That we're even having this time to sit down, to take an account, to come up with a new way of going forward. That's exciting to me, But anyway, here's a few things I have that discusses happiness. And it's not anybody else's happiness, it's your happiness. Okay? And this was by Suri Chinmoy. Chinmoy. Chimoy. Chinmoy. And it says, perfect happiness is enthusiasm minus expectation. That's good. Perfect happiness is enthusiasm without expectation, meaning it's limitless. You if it's in you, it's in you. If you have your own happiness. But if you're waiting for somebody else to get it, sometimes we wait a long time, and sometimes once we get it, we're still not happy. We get what we waited for, and we're still not happy. Okay, so we're going to talk about those limits. The second one is written by an unknown, and it says, they found a little courage that shimmered in the sun. They blended it with patience and just a spice of fun. They poured in hope and laughter, and then with a sudden twist, they stirred it all together and made an optimist. Are you an optimist this morning? Are you optimistic? I am. I'm never going to let the door that closed, because it says, God even says that the door that will close, okay, he's going to open something else up for you. That's the way he is. Even if he closed off this end, that means you need to find a new way to live, new way to take care of yourself, new way to look after all the things that are you. Doesn't involve anybody else. It's a you thing. We talking you today. The fact that you may have family and friends and a job and all these things, that's wonderful. I take nothing away from that. But to me, that's gravy on top of the meal that's already prepared within you. You got your vegetables, you got your meat, you got your starch, you got all that stuff. So all you need is something that goes on top that pulls it all together. Incidentally, I don't like gravy on all my stuff. But anyway, that's if you invite me to your house. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Anyway, so the last one says, it's also by the same person, Suri Chinmoy. And it says, practice the feeling of oneness. Do not try to get ahead of others. You are bound to be supremely happy. Just think about that. If you're not trying to outrun anybody and you're working on your own, under your own power, your own trust, your own thoughts, your own wisdom, your own knowledge, your own happiness, guess what? It's a you thing. And you're doing just fine. Just absolutely wonderful. And the last one says, and this is by Alexander Vasilev, and it says, I could describe happiness to you. I wouldn't use words. If I described happiness to you, I would not use words. That means it's something else. It could be a spirit of something. Could be the feeling. To me, happiness is a feeling. It is it's an emotion. It is an emotion. And it's an emotion that we all have. And during this time, I know some people may get down. They may feel that, life is just horrible. The money may be funny. The bills are coming. The phone's not ringing. For the good things, such as a friend just checking on you, but it may be a bill collector, or it might, who knows what it is. But the point is that the happiness, you still have to find it. Guess what? It'll be all right. It's going to be fine. So today, as an instructor says, I want you to do this for me. When you come into the space of mine, I want you to scroll into it. Absolutely. Pay attention to everybody that you're coming by. Stop where you see my face or my video after I'm done doing it live, and then share it, and then stay a minute, because I do have some good stuff to say. So the first thing, we're going to break down the word happy. And I don't know, as I told some of you yesterday that were here, I take it seriously. God just gives me all these nuggets, and the nuggets are really good, and they have a purpose. And so I was looking at something, and it said, "You're happy, thank you." And I said, that's it. That's tomorrow's word. So sometimes you will just be given something and you need to know what to do with it. So anyway, here's the first letter of happy. Healing. It speaks of healing. It says healing is the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again. That means you when you're healing from something, you're going through therapeutic process. You're going to a rehabilitation process, a rehab process, or you're working on just getting it better. All those things talk about the healing, like especially after you've had an operation, you have to go a period of healing, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, before you get the note from the doctor that you can go back to work, or you can resume some of the activity you were doing before. All those things speak to your healing, your healing of your body, okay? The healing of the body and the mind is vital. That's why they say go to sleep at night and quit being up all night, because they say if you get your sleep, the mind will heal. It's like any other organ in the body. You have to rest it. Just like you have to exercise it, you have to also rest it. And if you get the rest, then the other stuff is going to come. The next letter is adequate. And adequate says it's the satisfactory or acceptability of quality or quantity, meaning it's enough. You're okay with it. It's adequate. It's good. It's sufficient. It serves its purpose. All those things talk about something being adequate, So I want you to talk about it. And I'm hoping that you're writing these down, because I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to ask the questions, but I'm going to first identify why I came up with these words. The P in happy is precious. Precious. You only have one of you. There is no duplication. Even if you have a twin, it's that twin and you twin. Twins. But guess what? Each singular forming the couple of the twins. But guess what? One is one is one. You are precious. It always talks about precious is what? Precious is gold, silver. To me, my life is precious. My time is precious. My purpose is precious. My love is precious. To me, all those things are priceless to me. They're priceless. So I'm asking you, what is your precious? What is it? We're going to come back to it. The next thing is pace setter. And why did I come up with that? It just came to me. When we are pace setters, that means we set the pace. We can lead and not just follow. We can be a part of the team, but when the leadership shifts to us, we can take over. Okay? Because that's the team player with the mindset of a leader. Because I have this thing that I said I'm going to write it for Harvard one day called Leading from the Middle. That's what we can do. If we're a leader, then the qualities are within us. So I'm telling you, when you come out of quarantine and you go further into your life, into your years, be a leader. Know how to set the pace, not just for others, because if you're doing it right, people will follow you. But I'm talking about setting the pace for for yourself. Be your own pace setter. Have your own style, your own talk, your own will, your own way, your own, just, I got it. Hold your head up. My mother used to always tell us to hold our head up and the shoulders back. Stand up. Don't slouch. That's what she always used to say. She knew I was short, but anyway, that's what she used to do to us, was make us stand tall. So I always thought and still think that I'm much taller than what my 5'2", I'm probably lying by about a half inch, frame says I can do. But I'm just letting you know, I'm not scared. I'm going to stand up to whatever it is that I need to stand up to. And that's what we need to do. Become our own. You're your own drummer. In fact, you can be the entire ensemble. You can play the drums, the piano, and the bass all at the same time. You be your own trio. Do your thing. Okay? But I want you to look at being a pace setter. And the last thing in happy talks about yearning. Yearning is a feeling of intense longing for something or someone. And we can't be happy if we long so much and we yearn so much for someone else that we lose sight of who we are. That should be in addition to who we are. The fact that we miss somebody, that we love somebody, that we care about who we care about. Okay? But my mother always said, as well as my grandmother, a tub has to sit on its own bottom. That's us. We have to stand on our own 2 feet. We have to be conscious of who we are. Otherwise, we will be caught up with anything. People will sell us stuff. We will lose money. We will lose time. We will lose shame. We lose everything. We'll lose it. We'll lose it. So that is the last one. So we have healing, adequateness, being precious, being a pace setter, and also being one of yearning. You yearning for something. But then you have to be yourself. I want you to yearn for yourself and then yearn for others. But yearn for yourself first so that you know what to put in place so that the others don't take you over. Okay? So here's today's questions. And I thank all of you for coming into the room, into the space. This is a good time to work on all these things. So here we go. It says, what do you need to heal from? What? What do you need to heal from? What could that possibly be? A broken heart, broken friendships, being wronged at the job, you didn't get the promotion, somebody defamed you on multimedia, social media. What? What do you have to heal from? And we all have to heal from something. Healing is a part of life. We're going to go through a period where we might have to heal from something. Because somebody will, upset you, hurt your feelings, all that. I remember as a child, people always used to say, because I was a chunky child. I was a chunky adult. And so just getting over the fact that people can be mean. But sometimes just going directly back to them with the question of, but I didn't give you a reason to say that to me. Even that's how you think. But it shouldn't be how you feel. That's a good comeback. I didn't have that when I was little, but I do now. The next question is, do you know and realize the areas where you are adequate, meaning you are enough? You don't have to do anything else but be, because that's who you are, that's what you are, and you are enough, you are sufficient, you are priceless. That's good. Write them down. What could they be? The next question says, what are your precious nuggets? Now, nobody can take your nuggets away from you. I don't give a kitty what anybody says. If you have a gift of gab, if you have a pretty face, if you have a great disposition, if you have a love of the Lord, those things can't be taken away from you. You have to give those things up, or you have to give up on those things, but no one can take them away. So what are they? What are your precious nuggets? Write them down, because I know you have some. Everybody does. The next question number 4. is what can and will you champion to set your pace for? What can you be a pace setter for? What can it be? Can it be helping others when you get out of this pandemic? Can it be that you give of your time, give of your money, give of your love, to the elderly? Something. What can you do? What can you do? And set the pace for it. It's your pace. You are your own pace setter, as well as mirroring pace setting for others who say, I want to be like her. I want to be like her or like him. I want to do that. I want to be in a position where people can just say, wow, that's really good. That's good. Blessed. So blessed. And the last thing, what are you yearning for? Plain and simple. What? Is it something you can't access to, like get to the stores? And didn't the stores open? They may have opened, but, I'm not going back out in them. So I'll still be asking the question probably next month this time, are the stores open? Because other than the market and going to see a few elderly people, then I'm really done. I'm okay with just trying to get it right. Get it right. I am. So anyway, those are what I have today. I'm going to quickly go back over those who might have come in a little late on here's the poems again that I found. And it talks about, the first one is by Suri Chinmoy, Chinmoy. It says, perfect happiness is enthusiasm minus expectation. You expect nothing. But guess what? You're happy just the same. You're excited about life. You're excited about love. You're excited about the trees and the sun outside and the birds and the bees. As long as they're not being me, As long as they ain't getting on me, I'm good. But that's what you're excited about. That's happiness. Those things make you happy. And if you go back to those multiple intelligences, which my program is based on, you really will find out if you like outdoors, if you're a naturalist, or if you're a lover of music. Music makes me happy. Play me some jazz, some gospel, even some opera when I'm studying. That's it. I'm happy. I'm happy. So think about that. Okay, the next poem is written by an unknown. It says, they found a little courage that shimmered in the sun. They blended it with patience and just a spice of fun. They poured in hope and laughter, and then with a sudden twist, they stirred it all together and made an optimist. Isn't that wonderful? Optimism is really good. That means you're not being pessimistic. That means you're not being depressed or down. Find your inner peace. Come on out with it. Be happy. Be happy. You have life. You're living. Be happy. You woke up this morning. Be happy. Look, Trump sent you $1,200. Be happy if you got it yet. But what I'm saying is, find your happiness. Find your happiness. The next one is by Suri Chinmoy again, and it says, practice the feeling of oneness. Oops, excuse me. Do not try to get ahead of others, because then you are bound to be supremely happy. So not trying to run with others and running by yourself. That means not only will you go where you're going, but you'll be happy when you get there. That's good. And the last one is by Alexander Vissarou. And it says, if I could describe happiness to you, I wouldn't use words. That feeling. That's good. That is really good. Okay, so we went over the areas of happiness, and the last things are, of course, we had happiness. To be happy, you have to look at your healing, being adequate, being precious, being a pace setter, and being one that will have a yearning. So here are your questions for today. Please write them down. What do you need to heal from? What is it? Second question, do you know and realize the areas where you are adequate? Are you enough? Are you sufficient? Write them down. The third question says, what are your precious nuggets? Precious is the word. Nobody can take them away, no matter what. No matter what. You can give them, but they can't be taken away. And the last one says, what can and will you champion to set yourself as being a pace setter for yourself and therefore one that someone could mirror? That would be a pace setter. And the last thing says, what are you yearning for? What are you yearning for? So in this time when certainly we're probably more alone or with less people than what we're used to being with, it is a time where you could look deeply at being unhappy. But what I challenge you to do is find your happy. Find it. It is yours. It is yours on the way down to the basement. It is yours in the basement. It is yours coming back up from your basement. Because we're all going to go down at times. But when you come up, you should be feeling better. You should be looking better. You should be thinking better. All those betters are when you come back up. And so I'm hoping that you have enjoyed this lesson today on just being happy. And it is oneness. It is yourself. It's not requiring other people. It is all about you. It is all about you. I will be here tomorrow. Please join me, and you can find all of these videos, the Are You Stuck videos, on my YouTube channel, which I posted in the intro section of this video. You'll find that. You can also find the multiple intelligences, as well as the your learning styles. Knowing how you learn is certainly important on what you can remember and what you certainly can use. So look at all of those things. I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you for spending this time with me. And I hope you will come into this space tomorrow to join me again on an opportunity of self-discovery and finding happy, and certainly looking at yourself on the other side of COVID-19, and then on a new side of your next chapter in life. Have a great day. Be careful. Be safe. Stay at home. Love you. Bye-bye.